Hello everyone and welcome. Today I will be showing you how to log into WebAdvisor as well as how to register for your classes. We are currently on the home page for College of the Redwoods. On the top left-hand corner are three important resources to be aware of: WebAdvisor, Canvas, and student email. Today we will specifically be focusing on WebAdvisor. Go ahead and click the WebAdvisor link. You are now in WebAdvisor. On the left-hand side of the screen are all the resources you can access as a guest. Without logging into WebAdvisor, you are able to search for classes, look up what your user ID is, find out what your password is and reset your password, as well as learn about all the resources available through WebAdvisor, and apply for admission if you haven't already, as well as applying for financial aid and other great resources. For purposes of today, we will want to log into WebAdvisor. So go ahead and hit the login button on the right side of the screen. The very first time you log into WebAdvisor, your user ID will be the first letter of your first name, your last name, and the last three digits of your student ID, and your password is your 6-digit date of birth, 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 2 digits for the year. After you log in for the very first time, you will then create a new password, which will be your password every other time you go to log into WebAdvisor. Go ahead and hit submit. You will then see a screen similar to the screen that's showing. However, your screen will only have the student bar listed. Go ahead and click the student menu. You are now in WebAdvisor and you are viewing all the resources available to you as a student through WebAdvisor. Today we will specifically be going over registering for classes, which is located on the bottom right side of the screen. From here, you're able to view the class schedule, register for classes, view your registration date and time lookup. For classes that you've already registered, you can drop sections, as well as for classes that you're on the wait list, you can manage your wait list. We're going to want to register for classes, so go ahead and click where it says register for classes, and then search and register for classes. You are now on the screen where you are able to search and register for classes. In order to do a search, you must put in at least 2 pieces of information. We'll first want to put in the term we're interested in taking classes. So let's put in fall 2020, and then you can either choose the Eureka campus, online, or any of the other instructional sites listed. I'm going to go ahead and click the Eureka campus. With these 2 pieces of information, it's going to show you all the classes that are going to be offered during the fall semester on the Eureka campus. If we hit submit, we will see all of the classes. This gives us a lot of information, and it may be overwhelming to some of you, but you can scroll through and kind of get a sense of what are the different types of classes that are offered at College of the Redwoods during the fall. I suggest, to make things easier for you, to go back to the main search menu and put in some more criteria to refine your search. So let's go back to student menu, register for classes, search and register for classes. Again, let's put in the fall semester and the Eureka campus, but I suggest searching by subject. So if you're interested, let's say, in taking an English class your first semester, we can put in English, and then 1A if you're looking to do your English composition class. And I would also put in the support class, so English 1S. This is going to pull up all the English classes and support classes offered during the fall term on the Eureka campus. Go ahead and hit submit. And here we go. There are a few pieces of information you'll want to be aware of when doing searches. First, you'll want to make sure that you have the appropriate term selected. So you can see that only fall of 2020 courses are showing. The next piece of information shows what the course is that you've searched for, English 1A. And then you have the meeting information. This is giving you information on not only the duration of the course, August 25th to December 10th, 2020, but also on the days of the week the course meets, Tuesday, Thursday, from 7:50 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. in the Humanities Building, room 114. You can see that the campus that this is going to take place on is the Eureka campus, and for this particular course there is not a faculty member scheduled yet. However, the class is open and it's a 4-unit class. Other things that will be listed under status might be closed, which means that the number of spaces in the class is full, but you're first on the wait list. Waitlisted, which means you're on the wait list, and you're the number of whatever you are in which you enroll when you select to be on the wait list. Waitlist full, meaning all available seats are full to the class. You can also see for this particular class that it's linked to a support course. So if you wanted to take this class, you'd want to find section E9702 that meets Tuesday 10:15 to 11:40 a.m. If we scroll down to the bottom, let's look at what the number was again. E9702. E9702. So if we scroll to the bottom, we see that it's listed right here. In order to register for this class, you'll want to register for both classes at the same time. So check the box next to both classes, hit submit, and this is going to put them in your shopping cart. As you can see, I already have classes in my shopping cart from prior searches. You'll want to remove all classes that you no longer need for this particular semester from your shopping cart, so you can be looking at just the classes you're interested in taking. So I can remove those from my list, hit the little checkbox at the bottom, and hit submit. You can see that these classes have been removed. For English 1A, you have the option of either taking the class by itself, which is a 4-unit class, or taking it linked to a support course. The support course is intended for students who feel like they could use a little additional support in the class. Students who elect to choose an English 1A class that's linked to a support class will stay longer with the instructor and other students in the class who feel they could use additional support and get help being successful in the class. Now let's return back to our search menu. We'll go to register for classes and again search and register for classes. So far we've selected an English class and an English 1A class. If you'd like to be reminded of what those classes are, you can go to student menu and then register for classes, register for previous selected classes. You can see that both of these classes are in your shopping cart. It looks like the classes that we've selected so far are Tuesday, Thursday classes, and they're in the morning. The English class is Tuesday, Thursday, 7:50 to 9:55 a.m. and the support class is 10:05 to 11:30 a.m. So let's go back and find other classes that would go good with these times. So if we go back to the student menu and then go to register for classes, search and register for classes, and we look during the fall semester, Eureka campus, we can find other classes that also fall on Tuesday, Thursday by checking Tuesday, Thursday at the bottom, and say we want a class that starts after noon because our other classes are in the morning. If we hit submit at this point, it's going to bring all the classes available on the Eureka campus after noon on Tuesday and Thursday. Let's look now for a math class, because we generally recommend that you do either math or English your first semester at College of the Redwoods and finish both of these courses during your first year at our college. So we'll put in mathematics, And if we hit submit from here, it's going to pull up all mathematics classes that occur during these time frames. So let's hit submit. You can see that during the time frames we selected, there's a couple statistics options available. There's a college trigonometry option, a college algebra, calculus. The math you take will be dependent on your particular major. So let me go over that with you briefly. There are three main math pathways, and the math pathway that you select is dependent on the major that you are pursuing. If you're pursuing a major that falls under the arts or humanities or career education fields, the appropriate math for you would either be Math 5 or Math 10. Math 10 is a great math to take if you're looking to do something in the career education fields, and Math 5 is more suited for the arts and humanities. If you're looking to go into behavioral and social sciences, nursing, or business, your most appropriate math would be Math 15, and you can elect to take that by itself or linked with a support course. And if you're looking to go into science, technology, engineering, math, or some other areas in business, the appropriate math for you would be college algebra and trigonometry, followed later on by the calculus series. So when selecting a math, you'll want to make sure you're choosing the appropriate math for your major. So I would refer to your program of study to see if there's any math indicated there. So let's go ahead and look briefly at the academic programs. If you go to our main homepage and then go to academics, degrees and certificates, you will see all the different divisions listed here. Let's say you're interested in taking a class in the math, science, behavioral, and social sciences area. Go ahead and click this link. And let's say you're interested in doing psychology for transfer. Go ahead and click this link and then click the program requirements. Here you can see for this particular major, statistics is the right math for you. Each major will have a different math, and I would consult with a counselor or advisor to determine what math is appropriate for your program of study. So let's assume that we are a psychology major and we're going to want to take statistics. So based off our previous search for our English 1A and support course, that was earlier on the morning of Tuesday and Thursday. Let's go for this Tuesday, Thursday, 1:15 to 3:20 class with Matsumoto, and go ahead and hit submit, and this is going to put this in your shopping cart. So right now we have 8.5 credits that are in our shopping cart. In order to be a full-time student, you'll want to be in 12 units. So we're going to return to the search menu and choose a couple more courses that go with our schedule. So go ahead and go to the student menu, go to register for classes, search and register for classes. And I recommend when searching for other classes to be referring to your general education pattern. So if you open another tab and go to our main homepage, and then again go to academics, degrees and certificates, on the right-hand side are all the different general education patterns. For purposes of today, I will be referring to the CSU general education pattern. So when selecting other courses, you'll want to both consider your major as well as other areas on the general education pattern that you'd like to fulfill. Since we're a psychology major, taking a psychology course, perhaps general psychology would be a good option. As long as you're taking a class from the different areas listed, you're moving in the right direction. As a first-year student, General Studies 1 is always also a great option, which would fulfill your lifelong learning and self-development requirement. Now that you're back on the search